I just made a video, the longest walk, and I see these people that are carrying on an effort just to be remembered, just to give out an invitation, just to be in there doing something to try to make it work. And this period of time we've just gone through is really quite something. And today, I'm so far out there I can't even catch up with myself, kind of, and I believe that the enemy is defeated and we have the opportunity, and it's all like wide open for us to do what we want to do now. But that the people have all been partly terrorized, partly just conditioned, partly robbed of their future, of a vision of a future. And I'm really referring to a rapture doctrine. Okay, I felt that was always trying to rob me of my right to life. You know, and it's funny that right to lifers are who promoted that mostly. And where we've been in a situation where it's been impossible to just make it right. Now, say if we had that opportunity today, what would that mean? You know, it's not something that, hey, happens in a snap and all of a sudden everybody says bingo at the same time. We have to work it out. We have to really unite. Have a like in the end you end up being together so well that you're able to have a Congress of the people. And that seems like to me something that should happen once a year or something anyways. In that all peoples, no matter where they're locale or whether they're staying in one place or moving around, whatever kind of life, that there is a gathering going on for them. And what I'm saying is that there should be a gathering going on at all times to represent everybody. That should more be what our government is structured by. And that is where everybody has a voice. It's not easy going to some council meetings, some city council, people looking at you, who are you, and all this and that. And, it's been impossible. And but we can't just like get rid of the old and then, hey, everything's cool. We need to make an adjustment. We need to make the right moves. We need to do something that is truthful and real and I would say even natural. And there's really been a war on nature, and well, you tell me. Hey, hold on. He just had himself caught on a dog cage. He's fine. So, I think this might be one of a really important thing. Suddenly, I saw the need for it, and I saw the desire for it, and I saw the opportunity for it. And for years I had thought of this idea I called the last road trip. And that was just because there was a lot of people didn't know what to do. You know, you want to go on a road trip? Yeah. People want to go to a road trip, you know, and if they hear that there's like this mobile gathering that goes different places around the country, and has places to settle in and camp for weeks or months at a time and then move around, and have a continual gathering going on, and not relating it to the old ways of migration and that, but just to the idea of something to offer people who don't want to leave the rainbow gathering when it's over, and don't want to leave the concert or the music festival when it's over, or don't, and they, you know, want it to be their lifestyle even, and thinking that a road trip would facilitate that. But this notion of really a migration where you could have 1 million people on the migration, and you know, communities, the way that it could be is that we could be assured that as we go across the land that, you know, there's plenty of people that would open up their land and say, yeah, you guys use it this great, I'm really glad you come to town, you know, you put on a really good show. That it would actually be welcome around the country, and it would be making connection with around the country, and it would be continuing in a way. I mean, you'd want to be somewhere suitable for the climate and all that kind of stuff. But a really great opportunity to be able to communicate with each other, everybody, to tell their story. And it's the simplest, the weakest things that are the points of the spear and the edge of the knife. Like those guys in 1978, taking that walk, having a lot of spirit, but what was really going to be accomplished and everything right then was that they were just going to show the world how weak they were. This is it. This is what we are. We're just people with or without anything. And that's what it takes. That's more important than men in legislatures and stuff in Washington D.C. and going through all that. The truth isn't going to be found there. The answer to our problems aren't going to be there. We have to bring the answers to them. They're not going to bring them to us. But we're not going to have them. We can all go around saying, well, we're one, everybody's equal rights. Well, we need to set an example of that. And that's what I'm throwing out there right now, to fire people up on that idea. And I already feel like it's just unstoppable when you start to think about it. And that, I'm not saying to force a gathering and do everything and sacrifice everything. You could end up with a lot of disappointments. Let the Spirit move you. Take it easy, be calm. But gather in the idea right now, or as it becomes in focus that way, and then have hope and believe, and I'm tired of the rapture thing, and there could very well be a rapture. It could happen just like they say, but it talks about the elite. There could be people that are dead at that time, raised from the dead at that time. You want to, for those that use the scripture to say this means that and that means this, and there's a passage about and we shall gather with them in the clouds, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Okay. You want to break down words, and you want to take a sentence, and you want to understand it. Here's another way to look at it. And we shall gather with them in the clouds. We shall gather with them who are in the clouds. And so shall we ever be. Because it says, we who remain. Talks about remaining. They're coming here. Why are we going? That's what I'm saying. And for some elite to be gathered up, talks about setting up people who are bishops or governors or whatever of cities and areas and all that, and that there's a government that God, and he might have his people picked out and call them to that. And but this rapture idea that we the people can only just breathe through a snorkel, drowning in this ocean of life, not get our heads above water, not reach land and not come through it, but need to be raptured. There's a salvation that each and every one of us needs to work out. And I think people are trying to get out of it. And I think, we all want to get out of it easy enough. Get drawn into that. I don't blame people for believing in a rapture. But myself, you can believe in your rapture, but if you want to believe in your government, if you want to believe in this life that you're living right now, then it would open the way for you to experience it. And if you don't, if you're just trusting in a rapture, about one of the most unclearest, least covered in the Bible doctrine, what, we're going to gather in the clouds forever? We'll be gathering with those that come in the clouds. They're coming in the clouds because they're coming here. But I don't think that they're coming here till we do what God had proposed for us, and that is to live righteously upon this earth, that the victory is ours. And this whole thing is saying that we can't have a victory, that it takes, God's just testing us, he's just, putting us in this, smelting furnace or whatever no. This life is all too real to let it go like that and give it up to some hopeless idea that's already been ruling the whole time. All that stuff. It's just now they just want to lock it up, make all the crimes that were illegal before. All they have to do now is make all those crimes legal. Basically, they've been doing it right along. Now do it out in the open more and more. And I know that we can't take anymore. I know that we don't want it anymore. I know we want life. I know we want to do things. I know we want it to be fair. And so I think the Spirit's going to be calling a gathering, and is using me right now, but I don't think it's like me or my thing, or that. But I am calling for it. I believe God's calling for it, and I believe it's in our hearts that we hear the call. And I have so many feelings, and I deal with a lot of information, a lot of thought. I could have made a lot of videos. I've had so much to say, and it just it's hammering around inside of me. And instead I want it to be like a waterfall falling out rather than falling in. But if I just be trying to make videos and do this thing, feel like I gotta do this and I gotta do that, no, I know, I trust, I know there's something a little better. And I waited, and I was gonna make a video and I didn't. I waited. Then I saw Linda's video, and then I couldn't help but make a video. And that's what I had made, showing footage from 1978. I was doing a little talking in the background as I was realizing this migration, the importance of it, the feasibility of it, the desire of it. And wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great to just migrate for a while? And then migration, then we go through these different areas and somebody says, oh, I love this place, I'm staying here, you know. Okay, we love you, but, you know. And people, you know, join up as the migration goes nearby their communities, or, you know, jump off any time. But a way to get education, a way to get for people to grow up and get good training. You got to make it work on a migration like that. That's the thing. It makes you go together. You're going to work out your problems. Literally going to come to consensus about things. Everybody agree. And it's not complicated. And people learn how to respect each other and know the fundamentals well. And when we're there, then we'll see that God has provided everything for us. It's been there all along, but we haven't had the power to eat of it, to partake of it, because of the powers that be. And they've been eating of it, and they've been partaking of it. And this idea of the last migration, calling it the last migration because make it forever. Make it a migration that just keeps going. That's what I was thinking of the last road trip, was that you just keep it going until we don't got automobiles no more or whatever. But, you know, really, that was something that was much more in my imagination. This here idea is in my heart. And, you know, I think that we may just be seeing this migration. I hope so. And I look forward to seeing people's videos and comments. And I already began this thing too with my son, Roll Over Washington, and was seeing a journey starting from the east over there going to the west, and that I was under the bridge and the journey is still there. I left it right there. I haven't really come out with the real. I went to Washington to gather information and also kind of more or less put in a not an application, but give them an interview of who I am anyways. Introduce myself. That's why I went there. Let them know this American is out there. And but that I could see us all gathering together, all people from literally from churches and covens and tribes and missions and wherever and whoever. I think how much the homeless would like it. And we would make sure that everybody gets along, because we'll carry him if we have to. That should be our attitude. And we should be everybody in on it. And if we don't live that way and try to do that, we can't be an example for it and prove that that works and that that's the way either. So I'm thinking that this is something very fundamentally important for us all right now. Or I'm just a dreamer, and the nukes are gonna go off, and the bad guys are gonna have their way some more, and the powders get to be right. I just can't be that way. I can't believe it. Okay. Ain't no Lucifer gonna give me no gift to sing and dance or make money or do anything, because I already got it. And people are fooled into that if they do this or they do that, that they're going to get this power. And it's like, no, they already have that power. They're being used. Their power is being directed. They might be putting a lens in front of it. But yeah, I think we all can walk together. And these guys have been walking. I say, you know, that we join this now in a way that doesn't stop. And then I don't even know if they're going from Washington to Alcatraz or from San Francisco to DC, like it's set up. Hey! But that regardless, now we got to keep it going. And we need tents. We need coverings. And this is a beautiful whole opportunity to educate ourselves on self-sufficiency, efficiency, independence, building our teepees or whatever kind of portable structures, producing the things that we want, can all be done. We can share it, do it together, and by having one group representing everybody, and that being a mobile, it doesn't have a Washington D.C. Capitol with a, you know, bunch of stone cold buildings, but it's living earth walking around called human beings. And it is kind of exciting, man. I hope it all works out. I'm gonna load this up now. Peace. Let's make this journey a journey. And what's a movement without movement? I could keep going on.